Alright, so ang una natin pag-uusapan sa ating course about conics in Precalculus is yung circles. So, i-define muna natin kung ano ba tong circle. No? So, a circle is the set of all points on the plane that are equidistant from a fixed point in a plane. The fixed point is called the center. Okay, so imagine that this is the fixed point na pinag-uusapan natin dito, which is called the center, no? So let me name this at C, and let us have its coordinate as H and K. Okay, so H will be our X coordinate and K is our Y coordinate para dito sa ating center. So ang sabi dito sa ating definition, a circle is the set of all points, ibig sabihin maraming points ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, no? On a plane that are equidistant from a fixed point. So imagine if this is the fixed point, tapos meron tayong pinag-uusapan na set ng maraming points na equidistant dito. So makakabuo tayo ng circle na katulad nito. So itong nakamark sa atin as white, yan yung tinatawag nating circle, which is the set of all points na equidistant dito sa ating center, no? So, itong circle natin dito is consist of a lot of different points. So, bawat point natin dito is merong coordinate. For example, if we are talking about this point, so meron siyang X coordinate at meron din naman siyang Y coordinate. Okay, so any point dito sa ating circle will have a corresponding X and Y coordinate. But what is common about all of these points, they are all equidistant dito sa center, no? So, ang distance ng point na to dito sa center and the distance of this point here at center are all equal. Okay, so yan ang properties ng mga circle. It is consist of many different points na equidistant dito sa ating center. Now, the distance from the center to any point in the circle is called the radius. Okay, so alam na natin na bawat point natin is equidistant dito sa center. Now, what is that distance? For example, we have this point and it has a radius of r. Now, since all of this point is equidistant dito sa ating center, that means if I have another point right here, ang distance nito dito sa ating center is also equal to r. Okay, so basically, yan ang ibig sabihin ng ating circle. Now, the line segment from 2 points within the circle that passes through the center is called a diameter. Okay, so that means if we have 2 points within dito sa ating center, na kapag kinonect natin is magpapasya dito sa ating center, that line segment is what we call a diameter. Okay, so let's say I have this point and I have this point. And then kapag kinonect natin sila, dadaan siya sa ating center. Okay? And that one is what we call a diameter. Now, as you can see, dahil dumaan siya sa ating center, so that means this distance is also equal to this distance because all of the points sa ating circle is equidistant sa ating center. So, that means our diameter is equal to 2 times of our radius. Okay? So, dapat nating matandaan yan. As written dito sa last part ng ating bullet points, no? The diameter is equal to twice the radius. So, basically, ang kailangan nating matandaan dito sa circle is that we have a center of the circle which is having coordinates H and K. We have the radius, okay, which is the distance between the center and any point of the circle. And we have the diameter, which is equal to twice the radius. Okay, so the diameter is a line segment from 2 points within the circle that passes through the center. Okay, so yan ang tinatawag nating diameter. So yan yung mga tatandaan natin about sa circle. Now, there are two ways to represent the equation of the circle. We have the standard form and we have the general form. So makikita natin dito sa ating standard form that it is already arranged in a way na ang ating x is being subtracted sa x-coordinate ng ating center. Okay, kung naalala ninyo, ang coordinates ng ating center is h as the x-coordinate and k as our y-coordinate. So, ang standard form ng ating circle is x minus h, okay, which is the x-coordinate of the center. We will square that plus the square of y minus k, which is the y-coordinate of our center. And this is equal to the square of the radius. Okay? So, ang ating r here is the radius. So, h and k are the x and y coordinates of the center, which is CHK. And r is the radius of the circle. So, basically, kapag nakuha natin tong equation na to, alam na kagad natin kung nasaan yung center ng ating circle dahil meron na tayong value ng x coordinate and y coordinate. And also, if we have the standard form, we already know kung ano yung radius ng ating circle. So, having this equation, we can easily graph our circle. So, we are going to show you that in a moment. No? Now, we have what we call the general form. So, our general form is the expanded form of the standard form. So, all you have to do is to expand this. As you can see, it is squared. No? It's a binomial. So, you can square this, okay, and expand the whole equation, then you will get the general form. Now, with this general form, we can get the center of the circle as negative d over 2 for our x-coordinate ng center and negative e over 2 as the y-coordinate of our center. No? Now, we're going to show you how to use the equation of the circle, itong standard and general form. And how are we going to convert from standard form to general form and general form to standard form. Okay, so we're going to solve several problems para mas maintindihan natin yung concepts ng ating circle. No? Alright, so we will now start solving sample problems for conics. So we will be doing this in every topic sa ating video series about conics. So we will have sample problems for circles, parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola. However, there are lots of ways in creating problems for conics. So we will not be able to present everything here. However, the key in mastering conics and mathematics is by solving as many problems as you can. And that is why we would like to invite you to enroll to our online course for conics. In here, you will have an access to hundreds of our solved problems in conics with explanation video because you will have an access to our online quiz about conics. So, meron tayo ditong quiz that is more than hundreds of questions and bawat answer sa question na to will be explained by video presentation. Ipapaliwanag natin ang solution sa bawat question para mas maintindihan ninyo kung paano natin nakuha yung mga sagot sa ating quizzes. And aside from that, you will have an access to our STEM and engineering references. So to enroll to our course, you can just click sa link below or you can visit us at school.enginerds.org. Okay, so for now, let us go back to our lecture video and start solving problems. Now, let us start with the problem right here. So, what is the equation of the circle with radius of 3 when the center is at the origin? So, alam naman natin, if the center is in the origin, that means our center is having a coordinate 0, 0, no? Okay, so our C is on 0, 0. Okay, because our center is on the origin. Okay, so our center is right here. Now, our radius is equal to 3. Okay, so let me write that here. Our radius is equal to 3. So, our x and y coordinate ng ating center, which is h, is equal to 0, and our k is equal to 0. Okay, so graph muna natin yung ating circle para mas ma-visualize natin kung ano yung binubuo natin. Ano? So, our center is on the origin and our radius is equal to 3. So, that means the distance from the center papunta sa ating circle is equal to 3. So, we're going to count 3 here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, so hindi magiging masyadong straight ang aking illustration because I'm going to do it manual, no? But basically, it will appear somehow like this. Okay? So, of course, kapag ginamitan natin siya ng proper instrument, mas magiging circle lang itsura niya, no? But basically, it will be like this. So, our distance from the center to any point sa ating circle is equal to our radius, which is 3. Okay? So, our radius is equal to 3. So, ito yung ating circle. Now, we're going to solve for the equation. So, sabi natin, ang ating standard form for the circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to radius squared, no? So, meron naman na tayong mga value ng ating variables here. Our h is 0, our k is 0, and our r is equal to 3. So, we have x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared is equal to our radius, which is 3 squared, no? So, we will have here x squared plus y squared is equal to 3 squared, which is 9. Okay? So, this is our answer for this problem. So, madali lang, di ba? Sa substitute lang natin yung mga value ng ating R, H, and K. So, ang pinaka-importante lang dito is we know how to determine kung ano yung value ng ating R, H, and K. Okay, so let's try again to solve another problem. So, in here, if the radius of the circle is at 3, negative 2, okay, so given na ang ating x and y coordinate ng center. Sulat ko muna. Our center is at 3, negative 2. And the radius is equal to 4. What is the equation of the circle in standard form? Okay, so let us write our given here. Our h is equal to 3 because this is the x-coordinate of our center. And our k is equal to negative 2. Then our radius is equal to 4. Okay, so yan ang mga given natin. So, okay, so drawing muna natin yung ating circle para mas ma-visualize natin siya. Our center is at 3, negative 2. So, we have to count 3 in our x-coordinate, 1, 2, 3, and negative 2 sa ating y-coordinate, 1, 2. So, nandito yung ating center, no? Okay, our radius is equal to 4. So, we are going to count 4 sa ating coordinates, no? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, katulad ng ginawa natin kanina, we're going to draw a circle. Okay? So, hindi na siya masyadong mukhang circle because I'm doing it manually. Okay? But more or less, it should be somehow like that. Okay, so since our radius is equal to 4, so the distance from our center to any part ng ating circle is equal to 4. So our radius is equal to 4. Okay? So ito yung ating circle, no? Now we are going to write the equation in standard form. Okay, so ano nga uli yung formula ng ating standard form? We have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Okay, so substitute natin ang mga values natin dito. So we have x minus our h is equal to 3 squared plus we have y minus our k is equal to negative 2. And we're going to square that. And this is equal to r squared. Our r is equal to 4. So we have 4 squared. So as you can see, no, our y is subtracted to k. But our k is equal to negative 2. Kaya naglagay tayo ng parenthesis dito. No? So that means we have y minus negative 2, which means this will be y plus 2. So let me write that again. No? We have x minus 3 squared, okay, plus y plus 2 squared is equal to 4 squared. Okay, so now, based from this standard form, we can now simplify this further because we have 4 squared here. So we have x minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared is equal to 4 squared, which is equal to 16. Okay? So, this is our final answer dito sa ating question. Dahil pinahanap lang naman sa atin is yung standard form ng ating circle. No? Now, punta tayo dito sa next problem. Transform the below from standard form to general form. So, basically, actually, pareho lang to. Yung nakuha nating sagot, ito rin yan. But we are going to present this into a general form, no? Yan ang requirement natin ngayon. So, alam natin na kapag naka-squared ang ating given here, we'll need to multiply it to itself, no? So, we have x minus 3 squared, which will be x minus 3 times x minus 3, plus, we have y plus 2 squared, so this will be y plus 2 times y plus 2, and this is equal to 16. Okay? Now, we're going to use FOIL method, no? We're going to multiply a binomial to another binomial. So, we have x times x, we have x squared. So, we have here x squared. X times negative 3 will be negative 3x. Negative 3 times x, we have negative 3x. Then, negative 3 times negative 3 will be positive 9. Okay? So, we're going to add this time the binomial times binomial of y plus 2. Okay? So, FOIL method uli ang ating gagamitin. Y times y will be y squared. Y times 2 will be plus 2y. Y times 2 is another plus 2y. Then, 2 times 2 will be 4. And this is equal to 16. Okay, so we are going to combine like terms. So, meron tayong mga like terms dito. Meron tayong 3x, 3x. We have 2y, 2y. No? So, kukombine lang natin sila. So, we have x squared minus 3x will be minus 6x plus 9 plus y squared plus 2y will be plus 4y plus 4 is equal to 16. Well, of course, we can write this as x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus y squared plus 4y plus 4, which is equal to 16. Okay, so, ano yung itsura uli ng ating general form, no? So, kanina, sa ating given, we know that our general form is x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. Okay? So, yan ang ating general form. So, kailangan ma-present natin yung ating equation on this form. So, we are going to rearrange our givens, no? So we have our x squared here. Okay? We already wrote that. We have y squared here, so plus y squared. We already wrote this. Then we have our x. So we have negative 6x. Okay, so we already wrote this. Now we have EY. So our EY will be plus 4y. Okay, and then we have these constants here. No? Let us try to solve that. We have plus 9, plus 4, and we're going to transpose itong 16 natin. We'll have minus 16 is equal to 0. So therefore, we have x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 4y. Then we have 9 plus 4 will be 13, minus 16 will be negative 3. And this is equal to 0. So ito na yung ating answer dito sa ating question. No? So this is the general form of our circle. Okay? So ganun lang siya kadali. We're just going to expand itong ating given dito. Okay, so now we'll have another problem. So this is another problem of converting our standard form to general form para mas maintindihan natin siya. No? So katulad ng ginawa natin kanina, let us expand this. We have x plus 5 squared, so we have x plus 5 times x plus 5. Okay? Then plus, we have y minus 3 squared, so y minus 3 times y minus 3, and this is equal to 49. Okay, so again, we will use FOIL method. So we will have x times x, which is x squared, x times 5 will be plus 5x, plus 5 times x will be 5x, plus 5 times 5, which is 25. Then plus y times y, which is y squared, y times negative 3 will be negative 3y, negative 3 times y will be negative 3y, negative 3 times negative 3 will be plus 9, and this is equal to 49. Okay, so combining like terms, we have x squared plus 5x plus 5x will be 10x, plus 25, then plus y squared, then minus 3y will be minus 6y, then plus 9 is equal to 49. Okay, so now we're going to rearrange it again in accordance sa ating general form. So again, ano yung ating general form? X squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. Okay, so let us just arrange our answer here according to this arrangement. No? So we have x squared plus y squared plus 10x. Ito yun. Minus 6y. Ito yun. Then our constant. So we have plus 25 plus 9 minus 49 is equal to 0. Okay? So we have x squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 6y. Okay, 25 plus 9 will be equal to 34 minus 49 will be equal to negative 15. So we have negative 15 is equal to 0. So yan ang ating sagot dito sa ating problem. So as you can see, madali lang siya, no? So another problem. Now we are going to convert the general form papunta sa standard form. So, pabaliktad naman ng ginagawa natin kanina, no? So, we have the general form here. Iko-convert natin siya sa standard form and then kukunin natin yung center and radius ng ating circle, no? So, para hindi tayo mahirapan, I will write again yung ating standard form ng circle. So, we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to radius squared. No? So, kailangan from here, may convert natin siya into this form. Now, we have here our guide kung paano natin yon gagawin. Okay? First, we have to make sure that the coefficients of x squared and y squared is equal to 1. Okay? So, katulad ng nakikita natin dito, no? So, ang coefficients ng ating x squared and y squared is equal to 1. So, this is fine. Okay? So, we can use that. So, let me write this whole general form dito kasi dito natin siya sosolve, no? So, we have x squared plus y squared minus 10x plus 4y minus 7 is equal to 0, no? So, ang coefficient ng ating x squared and y squared is equal to 1, so we pass this. It's okay, no? Now, we have to rearrange the variables in the equation. So, ano ibig sabihin niya? Pagsasama-samahin natin yung may mga parehong variable. Like, we have x here, so pagsamahin natin yung may x, then pagsamahin natin yung may y. So, dahil ito yung gusto nating makuhang form, so dahil wala tayong constants dito sa left side ng ating equation, we will put our constant dito sa right side ng equation, no? So, pagsamahin muna natin yung mga x natin. So, we have x squared minus 10x, okay, plus y squared plus 4y, and then I will transpose itong negative 7 sa right side, so this will be equal to positive 7. Now, we are done here. Now, we need to regroup and make a perfect square trinomial. So, ito yung kailangan natin gawin. We need to do a completing squares, no? So, how are we going to do that? First, let us make a space in between, no, para sa ating mga constants. Okay, so I will show you how to do that. We have x squared minus 10x. So, we're going to have here plus blank. Blank muna kasi hindi pa natin alam. Then, plus y squared plus 4y plus blank is equal to 7. Okay, so meron na tayong space. Kailangan na lang ma-fill up pa natin itong space natin para makagawa tayo ng perfect square. Now, meron na tayong hint dito. Kailangan lang tandaan nyo to. Yung constant ng ating x here is equal to d divided by 2 squared. Okay, so ano yung d natin dito? As per sa ating general form, okay, alam natin that our general form is x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. So, ano yung ating d? Kasi, para makuha natin itong value ng ating constant dito para makagawa ng perfect square, we need to divide the value of d to 2 and then square the answer, no? So, let me do that here. For the x coefficient, we're going to have this. So, d divided by 2. Ano yung d natin dito? Our d is the coefficient of x, no? So, for now, don't mind itong ating negative sign, no? So, we will have here 10 divided by 2, then squared. So, this is equal to 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So, we have 5 squared. So, 5 squared is equal to 25. Okay? So, actually, ibig sabihin yan, meron na tayong sagot dito, which is 25. And then, para naman sa y, we have e divided by 2 squared, no? So, ano yung value ng ating e? Our e is the coefficient of y. And the coefficient of y is 4. So, we have 4 divided by 2 squared is equal to 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So, we will square this. Okay, so 2 squared is equal to 4. So, that means we will have here 4. Okay? But we're going to write this again because this is not equal here. We need to add, kung ano man yung inad natin sa left side ng ating equation, we need to add sa right side ng ating equation para maging equal sila, di ba? So, para hindi tayo malito, let me erase this first, no? Kasi hindi magiging equal ang ating equation. Okay, so instead, let me write it here. So, we have x squared minus 10x, okay, plus, at ano yung value ng ating constant sa x? 25. Okay? Then, plus y squared, plus 4y, plus, ano yung value ng ating constant sa y? It is equal to 4. Is equal to, we have 7 sa right side ng ating equation, but since nag-add tayo dito ng 25, we're going to add 25 here also. And then we added 4 here, so we're going to add 4 also sa right side ng ating equation. Okay, so now, we have here x squared minus 10x plus 25 plus y squared plus 4y plus 4 is equal to 7 plus 25 plus 4, which is equal to 36. Okay, so now, we added this, okay, itong mga constant natin para makagawa tayo ng perfect square. We already have a perfect square here now, okay, dahil sa nakuha nating mga constant. So, how are we going to do that? X squared minus 10x plus 25 is a perfect square trinomial. And this is equal to, okay, so, papakita ko sa inyo paano siya makukuha. So, this is x squared minus 10x, no? So, we will have x here. Then, kung ano yung sign ng ating coefficient ng x, that will be the sign that we will have here. So, we have minus because we have negative 10x here. Okay? Then, ano ngayon ang magiging value dito sa ating pangalawang term? Okay? So, if we are talking about x and we have 25 here, ito yung gagamitin natin, no? Itong nasa loob ng squared natin, which is 5. So, we will have here 5 squared. Okay? So, gusto nyo makita kung tama ba yung ginawa natin, ano? So, x minus 5 squared should be equal to x squared minus 10x plus 25, no? So, we have x minus 5 times x minus 5. So, we will use FOIL method. X times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 5 is equal to positive 25. Okay, so we have x squared. Negative 5x minus 5x is negative 10x plus 25. So as you can see, itong nakuha natin is kapareho nitong na andito, no? So, we did it right. So, tama itong ginawa nating square, no? So, let me erase this again para mas malinaw. Okay, so, balik tayo dito, no? Now, we are going to do the same dito sa ating y squared plus 4y plus 4. So, we have plus, because this is all positive. Then, y. Okay, so kung ano yung sign ng coefficient ng y, that will be the sign that we will have here. And then, ano yung magiging value ng ating second term dito sa ating binomial? It will be this one. Okay? Itong base ng ating exponent dito, no? Okay, so we have 2 here, so this will be y plus 2 squared. And this will be equal to 36, no? But we know that our general formula is equal to r squared. So we need to present this as a square of a number. So how are we going to get the value of r? Yes, we need to get the square root of 36. So the square root of 36 is equal to 6. Diba? So that means we will have here 6 squared. Okay, so I hope you are following this, no? So, meron na tayo ngayon ditong standard form. Okay, so ito na yung ating sagot. We have the standard form ng ating equation. But we are also asked to get the center and the radius of the circle. So, alam na natin yan kanina that from here we can determine kung ano yung value ng coordinates ng ating center, which is h and k, no? So, again, susulat ko dito yung standard form natin, no, para mas maintindihan natin siya. So we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Okay? So let us determine yung value ng ating h. Our h is equal to, which will be this one. So negative ang ating sign dito, no? Tatandaan ninyo sa ating general form. So this is also negative. So therefore our h is equal to 5. Okay? Now how about the value of k? So our k here is the second term here in which we have y minus k. But here we have y plus 2. Positive yung sign natin. So that means ang k natin will be a negative number. So that if we substitute that here, we will have a positive sign. So our k is not plus 2, but this is equal to negative 2. Okay? Para kapag sinubstitute natin dito, we will have positive 2, no? I'm going to show you that later on. Our r is equal to, here, we have r squared, no? We have 6 squared here. So therefore, our r is equal to 6. Okay, so gamitin natin to para mas maintindihan natin kung tama ba yung sagot natin. So our h is equal to 5. Substitute natin dito, x minus 5 squared plus y minus, our k is negative 2, no? So we will have here negative 2. Okay? So let me change this to bracket, no? Para mas maging malinaw tayo. Sorry. Okay, let me change this to bracket. Medyo malilito kasi tayo eh. So let me write that again. This is squared and this is equal to r squared, which is 6 squared, no? So 6 squared. So x minus 5 squared plus y minus negative 2 will be y plus 2 squared is equal to 6 squared. So pareho nito, no? So kaya ganyan ang pagkuha niyan. If the sign here is positive, that means our k is negative. Para kapag sinubstitute natin, we will have a positive sign dito sa ating binomial, ano? So I hope you got this. Now we have another problem. So the same lang siya nung kanina. We just really want na maging familiar tayo in how to solve this kind of problem, no? So again, let me write here our standard form ng circle, no? So our standard form ng circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared, no? So paulit-ulit kong sinusulat to, guys, para ma-memorize ninyo siya. Okay? Para maging familiar na kayo kung ano yung general and standard form ng ating circle, no? So ito yung gusto nating makuha, and then kukunin natin yung center and radius ng ating circle, no? So we have here the general form, and we know that general form is x squared plus y squared, k plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. So yan naman ang ating general form. Okay, so let me write this dito sa right side para maging dire-diretso ang ating pagsosolve. We have x squared plus y squared plus 2x minus 6y minus 157 is equal to 0. Okay, so ano yung procedure natin? First, we have to make sure that the coefficients of x squared and y squared is 1. So here, the coefficient is equal to 1, so we have no problem with that. So we satisfy this. Now, we have to rearrange the variables. So, ginawa na natin yan kanina. So, let me do it again. X squared plus 2x plus y squared minus 6y is equal to, we are going to transpose 157 sa kanan. So, we will have 157. Okay, so we're going to make a perfect square trinomial, no? So, we need to put a space in between. So, we have x squared plus 2x plus blank plus y squared minus 6y plus blank is equal to 157. Okay? So, para sa ating x, para makuha natin yung constant, we will have d divided by 2 squared. So, ano yung value ng d natin? Yung d is yung coefficient ng ating x, which is 2. So, we have 2 over 2 squared. So, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So, we have 1 squared. So, this is equal to 1. So, para naman sa y, we have e divided by 2. So, ano yung e natin? Yung e is yung coefficient ng y, which is negative 6. But, we will disregard the sign. No? So, we will have 6 divided by 2 squared is equal to 6 divided by 2, which is 3 squared. So, 3 squared is equal to 9. Okay, so, meron na tayong answer dito at dito, no? But, if we add that here and here, we need to add that also sa right side ng ating equation. So, let me write that here now. We have x squared plus 2x plus yung constant ng ating x, which is equal to 1. Then, plus y squared plus or minus 6y, I mean. So, this will be negative. Okay, so, minus 6y. Then, plus, ano yung constant sa ating y will be 9. And this will be equal to 157. Plus, kung ano yung mga inad natin dito, plus 1 and plus 9. Okay? So, now, we have here x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus y squared minus 6y plus 9 is equal to 157 plus 1, which is 158, plus 9, which is equal to 167. Okay? So, now we have a perfect square trinomial here. So, paano nga ulit gagawin natin dyan? For x squared plus 2x plus 1 will be x. Then, kung ano yung sign ng ating x, no? Yung coefficient ng ating x is positive. So, we will have plus here. And then, eto, kukunin natin to, yung base ng ating exponent, which is 1. So, 1 squared. So, plus y. So, ano yung sign ng ating coefficient ng y, which is negative. So, we will have here negative. And what will be the value of our second term here? It will be this, the base of our exponent here, which is 3. So, minus 3 squared is equal to, so, itong 167, we should get the square root of this, no? Para makuha natin yung radius. So, we'll just write this as the square of the square root of 167, no? So, that's basically it. So, now we have our equation of the circle in standard form. So, ito yung magiging sagot natin. So, pinahanap din sa atin yung value ng ating radius and also yung coordinate ng ating center, no? So, ang coordinate ng ating center is having h and k. So, kunin muna natin yung value ng h. So, our h is equal to, okay, so, this should be negative, no? So, since we have positive here, that means we have negative 1. And for our k, this is already negative, so we have positive 3. So, our radius is equal to the square root of 167. Okay? So, that means our center is in negative 1, 3. And sa previous problem natin, di natin sinulat yan, ano? So, our center here is in 5, negative 2. Okay? So, meron na tayong sagot. So, we have our last problem here. Given sa atin yung general form, which is x squared plus y squared minus 6s plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. Now, hahanapin natin yung center, radius, in the standard form ng ating circle, and then we're going to graph our circle. So, kapareho lang ng ginawa natin yan kanina, no? So, we have x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. So, ang coefficient ng ating x squared and y squared is already 1. So, that means we don't have problem on that. So, we're going to rearrange ang ating equation. So, we have x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 4y is equal to, we're going to transpose 12 sa right side. We have positive 12. Okay, so, we're going to make a perfect square trinomial. So, gagawa tayo ng space. So, x squared minus 6x plus blank plus y squared plus 4y, okay, plus blank is equal to 12. Okay, so, para sa constant ng ating x, we can get this by dividing itong coefficient ng ating x, which is 6 into 2. Then we're going to square that. So, we have 6 divided by 2, which is equal to 3 squared. So, this is equal to 9. So, para naman sa y, we have yung coefficient ng ating y, which is 4 divided by 2 squared. So, we have 4 divided by 2, which is 2. And this is squared. So, this is equal to 4. Okay, so may value na tayo ngayon ng blank natin dito at blank dito. So, we're going to write that here. So, we have x squared minus 6x plus yung constant natin dito, which is 9, plus y squared plus 4y plus ang value ng blank natin dito, which is 4, is equal to 12. So, kung ano yung in-add natin sa left side, we're going to add also sa right side ng ating equation. So, plus 9 and plus 4. Okay, so itong 4 natin dito. Okay, so we have now a perfect square trinomial here. So, we're going to do x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus y squared plus 4y plus 4 is equal to, so we have 12 plus 9, which is 21, plus 4, which is 25. Okay? So, we have perfect square trinomial, so we can have this as x. So, kung ano yung sign ng coefficient ng ating x, which is negative, so we'll have negative here, and yung base ng ating exponent here, which is 3. We're going to square that, plus y. So, ang sign ng ating y here, ng coefficient niya is positive, so we have plus, and then yung base na ng exponent natin dito, which is 2. We're going to square that, is equal to the square root of 25, okay, squared. Okay, so that means we have here x minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared is equal to 5 squared, no? So, based dito sa nakuha nating standard form, so, box na natin yung standard form natin. So, base dito sa ating standard form, we can now get the coordinate of our center, no? Our center is at HK. Okay, so what is the value of our H? So, this is already negative, so we have 3. What is the value of our K? This is positive, so that means we have negative 2 here. And our radius is equal to 5. Okay, so that means in here, our center is at 3, negative 2. Okay, so locate natin yung ating center, no? So, our center is at 3, negative 2. So, we're going to count 3 papunta sa right side ng ating x-coordinate. So, 1, 2, 3, and 2 below because we have negative 2. So, 1, 2, 3, and negative 2, 1, 2. So, our center is right here. Our center is at 3, negative 2. Okay. So, our radius is equal to 5. So, that means we need to count 5, okay, dito sa ating coordinates. So, from the center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so madodrawing na kagad natin ngayon yung ating circle, no? So again, I may not be able to do this perfectly as a circle dahil manual tayong nagdo-drawing here. So I hope you will understand that. Okay, so we are able to convert itong general form into standard form. We are able to locate the center of our circle. We are able to determine the radius of our circle, and we are able to illustrate our circle. So therefore, we already completed this task. So again, we would like to invite you to enroll to our online Conics course. So katulad ng nabanggit natin kanina, we will be solving a lot of sample problems in circles, parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola. So you will have an access to our online quiz, and bawat question sa quiz na to will have a corresponding explanation video para may paliwanag natin ng mabuti yung solution sa ating problem. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel.